Today I will be telling you our very first Tiny Tale story, and that is the story of Cunning Cat and the Two Silly Monkeys. Come join me. Hi everyone, I'm Heidi. I'm a Malaysian author and welcome back. Last week I mentioned that I will be introducing a new segment to this channel, something that I'm going to call Tiny Tales. Now, Tiny Tales will take the form of a very short video where I will simply be telling you the fairy tale or folk tale, followed by a very brief commentary. I'm doing this because I have found so many interesting and really awesome fairy tales and folk tales that are too short to be turned into a full episode. But I still want to tell you these stories, so I'm going to group them all together into this Tiny Tale segment, which I hope you'll enjoy. So this very first Tiny Tale story is called Cunning Cat and the Two Silly Monkeys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Long ago, there lived two monkeys who were very silly and frankly not very clever. One day, the first monkey saw a fish lying by the side of the riverbed, and the monkey was very excited because he was hungry. "Oh my, what a fine looking fish," said the first monkey. But before he could grab the fish, the second monkey got his paws on it. Both monkeys were excited at the prospect of a fine breakfast, but they soon broke out into an argument about the ownership of the fish. They argued from morning till noon until the rumbling of their tummies forced them to stop. "Let's ask Cat whose fish this belongs to," said the first monkey, scratching his head. "Why must we ask Cat?" said the second monkey, scratching his ears. "Cat is quite an expert on all fishy matters. I think we should ask Cat." And so they agreed to go and find Cat, who lived at the edge of the forest on the farm. They found Cat sitting on the fence, and they told him what had happened. "This morning I saw this fine-looking fish, but my friend ran towards it and grabbed it first. It's mine, I'm sure of it. But my friend says it belongs to him." "Who shall have the fish, Cat?" asked the first monkey as he scratched his elbow. "I can help you, my friends. We can divide the fish into two parts so that you may both have some fish." The monkeys began to dance and squeal in delight. They both thought this was a fine idea. "First, let me fetch the weighing scales from my master's house." Cat left and returned with the scale, and then he carefully took the fish into his mouth and bit it. There was now a head and a tail. The cat placed the two pieces on the scale and found that the head was heavier than the tail. "Oh dear, the head is heavier than tail. Never mind, I can help you." So he took the tail and began to nibble here and there until it looked more or less the same. And then he weighed the two pieces of fish again. But this time, the tail was heavier than the head. "Oh, it's okay. I can fix this." So the cat began to nibble a bit here and a bit there on the tail until it looked more or less the same. And then he weighed the two pieces again. Oh, but this time the head was heavier than the tail. So the cat once again said, "Don't worry, my friends, I can help you." The two monkeys waited patiently as they scratched their armpits, their chests, their legs, and every part of their body. Cat kept weighing the two pieces of fish and nibbling away at this and that until nothing was left but bones. "There, you see, my friends? I've solved your problem," said Cat. "Both of you silly monkeys have got exactly what you deserve." And with a swish of his furry tail, Cat sauntered away to have his afternoon nap after a delicious lunch. The end. And that was the story of Cunning Cat and the Two Silly Monkeys. This story is a type of animal fable, and it was taken from a book called 366, a collection of Malaysian folk tales. I have a copy here. You can see what I've done to it. I love this book. This one is from Othman, Puteh and Aripin site, and it's published by Utusan Publications from 2008. This is actually a really good book. It has a lot of local fairy tales. I'm not sure whether you can still find it, but you might be able to get it on the secondhand market. The two compilers, Othman Puteh and Aripin site, obviously did a lot of work to collect these 366 stories. So yeah, this is a great resource. According to that book, the story was originally called How Cat Became a Judge. But I prefer my titles, so that's the title that I'm going to use. This kind of short narrative can be classified as a fable and features animals which have human characteristics. These types of stories usually convey wisdom and helps us understand human nature. They were originally passed down through oral tradition and were eventually written down. So these kind of fables are quite common. They are used to teach a moral lesson. And in this case, the lesson is probably not to trust others so easily. I don't know, that's my take on this particular story. What do you think? What do you think the message of this fable is? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do leave a comment below. That is the end of Tiny Tales. I told you it's going to be short and sweet. Don't worry, we'll go back to our usual longer form Nusantara fairy tales with Heidi next week. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet story. If you did, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Please support me in my mission to get these fairy tales out there. Next week, we will be going quite far away. We will be going to the island of Guam, where I will tell you the story of how the maiden saved Guam. I'll see you then.